Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all. Antonina Shevchenko versus Casey O'Neill. All right, y'all. So, I got on last night, did my post-fight reaction to this fight, but I just wanted to go back and actually, analyze it. And, yeah, man, pretty much the way I said this fight was going to go, it went. Just for the fact that you really had to look at what Casey O'Neill was bringing to the table. She's bringing guts. She's bringing pressure. She's bringing disrespect. Like I always say, you got to bring in disrespect. You got to bring dominance and pace. Casey O'Neill said in her interview, like I mentioned the other day, that she likes to push her opponents. She likes to exhaust them. She likes to get to the point where she's exhausted because she knows if she's exhausted, her opponents are tired. You know what I mean? So she's going to keep pressing you until she can get the finish. And that's what she did to Antonina Shevchenko. And that's what I was kind of nervous about with Antonina Shevchenko. I was kind of worried that she wouldn't be able to uh, keep up with the pace, or even use her striking to get the respect. I don't think that Antonina Shevchenko has enough MMA. I think she doesn't have enough IQ in MMA like she does in Muay Thai and boxing. Which is what I talked about last night, like on how to control her opponents. And how to use elusiveness. She doesn't really turn angles in there to really frustrate her opponents when it comes to her striking. All they have to do is kind of walk her down and bully her and press her to the cage, and then eventually get her to the ground and get on top of her. And that's what Casey O'Neill did in this fight. I mean, Antonina, no doubt she had some good moments in this fight. She definitely had good moments in the first round. And to me, she could have won the first round. In my eyes, she could have won the first round, except Casey did score 2 takedowns. But I think more of the striking control was from Antonina Shevchenko early on. She did some nice work in the tie clinch. Like I said, tie clinch is what she needed. And, she had some good success. But then towards the end of the round, the pace went towards Casey O'Neill with the takedowns. And then, she continued to press it in the second round, getting Antonina Shevchenko down once again and just bullying her. Real quick, going back and looking at the first round, O'Neill, she put the pressure on Shevchenko. Shevchenko was striking off the back foot, but O'Neill, she was landing on her way in. She was punching her way in with straight shots, and then she would go in for the clinch and try to get the fight to the ground. But Shevchenko was able to pop up the first time, and she was looking good. Antonina Shevchenko was looking good. She looked like she was defending the takedowns, and like I said, punching off the back foot. But once again, they got into a lock and went back to the ground, and Shevchenko was able to get a crucifix on O'Neill and land a few shots. But Casey O'Neill, she's just too strong, and she was just too squirmy under there. She was just too squirmy, and she was able to get back up and once again put the pressure on Shevchenko. So Shevchenko did what I said. She got the head, got the tie clinch, and landed some nice knees to the body. She was landing some nice knees to the body, and I think if she could have worked these tie clinches in different spells, she probably could have won the round. But overall, O'Neill again, she was just being relentless with the pressure, and she was able to get Shevchenko down, get in top position, and using this position just to kind of lay Shevchenko flat. And in the moment, Shevchenko was looking for the arm to go for that arm bar. But again, I think O'Neill, her ability to just really be physical and put the pressure on, she's able to separate, and she was able to get back up. And O'Neill, once again, she's able to catch a kick from Shevchenko. She did some nice timing and finished with a takedown at the end of the round. So I think it was like, what, 2-3 takedowns in the first round. But overall, I think that the better striking was Antonina Shevchenko. If she had better, like I said, better footwork, she would have been able to counter and move. But O'Neill, that pressure is just too much. She was just coming on strong at the end of the round and just continued to press. She continued to press. She knew what type of fighter Shevchenko was, so she said, "Look, I'm gonna just continue to push her and do what I got to do." But like I said, going back to the armbar attempt from Antonina Shevchenko, imagine if that was somebody that was much better with their jiu-jitsu, was much more slicker in that guard position. They probably would have got the armbar, because sometimes Casey O'Neill can be reckless. What she makes up for though in recklessness, she makes up for with her strength and just her disrespect level. You know what I mean? Her disrespect level keeps her going. All right, so going into the second round, Casey O'Neill, nice work striking her way in. It's a bit sloppy, but she was working some nice jabs and head kicks. And this is what I'm saying about Casey O'Neill. She's a raw talent. You know what I mean? She's a raw talent. And I think if she gets with a good striking coach, they're going to help her out with her punch selection and her kick selection a little bit more, because she's willing to throw different combinations. She was throwing jabs and head kicks and catching Antonina a few times as she was coming in. But Shevchenko, she was landing some nice, good long shots off of the back foot. Some good shots, but she's a little slow here. She was a little slow because there was a couple of times where she would throw that left hand and Casey O'Neill would just dip under and get the clinch. So that's where I was kind of losing a little bit of faith in Antonina Shevchenko as far as her striking. I was like, if she's not able to pull back after throwing one of those long shots, she's going to get caught. Or, Casey O'Neal's going to find the timing and dip under. And that's what she was doing. Now, there's one time where Antonina Shevchenko, she missed with a lazy right hand. She threw a right jab or right straight. And O'Neal, she was able to land from a distance. She landed a nice counter left hook that looked like it buzzed Shevchenko. I don't know if a lot of y'all caught that, but you could see that Antonina Shevchenko, when she ate that left hand, kind of like the Andrea Lee fight. Whenever she ate a couple left hands in there, it put her on wobbly legs. So I don't know, that chin might not be too good. The chin might not be too good on Antonina Shevchenko, because when she caught that counter left hand, that put her into the fence, and then she went on a respect mode. So O'Neal, she went in, took Antonina Shevchenko down. O'Neal was in the guard, just staying busy on Shevchenko, and she actually transitioned to try to get the back, to try to get the rear naked. And then she transitioned back to full mount, where she likes to be, and she went in for that ground and pound. She just started dropping some big elbows, some improved ground and pound. Shevchenko, she looked helpless. She was just eating shots for like a whole minute, maybe like a minute and 30 seconds. Big elbows, measured forearms on Shevchenko, and Shevchenko was just really like kicking. Her legs were kicking, flailing. There was really no way she could get into a position to get up. And the one thing I said about Casey O'Neal is she's strong. She's very strong. Her wrestling is good. And when she puts that weight on you and that pressure, when you get up under that full mount, you're not getting up. So that was a position that, Antonina Shevchenko, not really being solid with her jiu-jitsu and her ground game, it was just a deadly position for her to be in, and it showcased. I mean, after a minute, 30 seconds, referee, he gave her a chance, but he had to stop it. He had to stop it because she was just eating too many shots. She wasn't really trying to block any of it. She was just helpless at that point. So yeah, man, Casey O'Neal, she goes in there and pretty much does what I said she's going to do, use that pressure on a fighter that doesn't really have the killer instinct. And that's a dangerous matchup. If you have a fighter that's willing to look for a way to win and is never going to stop, and they're going to exhaust themselves to the point that, look, I'm not going down without a fight. Somebody like Casey O'Neal, she's going to be gritty. Somebody that goes into the trenches. That's a dangerous matchup with somebody that, is coming off a loss and is always looking shaky and is always getting bullied in there. You know what I mean? So it was a sad look for Antonina Shevchenko. Maybe MMA is just not her game. Like I said last night, she's a good boxer, good Muay Thai fighter, but this here, it's just a different level. You know what I mean? And with this type of record that she's showing against fighters that know they can take her to the ground and really do damage, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be good for her. She might want to think of, maybe calling it a day. Not everybody's going to be Valentina Shevchenko, not even her sister. As for Casey O'Neal, I think she's a raw talent. Like I said, get with a good striking coach, somebody that can polish her up, work on her defense. And I think she could be a big threat. As of right now, she is a threat because she finds ways to win, and she's 3-0, so her confidence is high. But the more and more she goes up in levels, she's going to find fighters with just as much confidence and just as much hunger as her, but with the technique and the striking that can handle her. So that's something that Casey O'Neal is going to have to be working on throughout these next few fights. I like to see her in there, Roxanne Modafferi. That would be a good test. Good striker, good straight striker. Let's see if she can get past that and overwhelm Roxy, or will she fall victim to Roxy like Macy Barber? We don't know. So that's something we need to see her in there as her next test. She's already won her 3 unranked fights, so it's time to get her in there with the top 15. So shout out to Casey O'Neal. She's one of those hungry flyweights that's on the come up. She's not in my triple threat, but I will do a video talking about these up-and-coming flyweights that show the hunger, show the killer instinct, and she's definitely one of them. I just want to see more technique from her as she grows, but I like what I'm seeing from her. As for, like I said, Antonina Shevchenko, guys, let me know what y'all think. Combo Breaker 99, I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.